So I'm going to tell you a brief story right quick. My cousin Ronnie was a highly intelligent individual, and he was always impressive with everything. He was very musical and he was very technical. And he worked for a company in the 80s. He worked for AT&T. Now, he didn't have a degree, but he knew how to do the work. Yet, they were willing to pay him a higher salary if he went to school to get a degree. So they allowed him to go to school, get a degree, and then they can give him a raise and a higher salary. Now, jobs used to do stuff like this all the time. And it is true that there are some jobs that you can work the job, but if you actually have that degree on paper, then they'll actually pay you more money because you have that degree. And I thought about it. I was talking with a young lady, and I was asking her what she went to school for. She had just recently graduated. And she says she went to school for theater lighting. I said, theater lighting? And I asked her, I said, so like, do you mean like, for like Broadway plays and everything like that? She says, no, not yet. That's on the horizon still. She hasn't done that level, but she's doing, like churches and small venues and things of that nature. And I said, well, you have to go to school for that? She says, no, but you get paid more if you have a degree for that. And then so I asked her, I says, well, is the amount of extra money that you get offsetting how much you actually paid for school? And then reluctantly she said, I don't want to figure that out. She didn't want to figure it out. Like, finding out the truth that it wasn't actually worth it financially would be too damaging to her. And it can be. I want to ask you guys, like, how many of you are actually going to school, paying for a degree for a little bit of extra money, but not calculating the amount of money that you're going to be making in the long run? Are you going to school specifically to pay for your degree? Or are you going to school with a purpose to get money to a level where as though it'll surpass the amount of money that you paid in school? Can you do that job without an actual piece of paper saying that you did that job? Because nowadays, college isn't what it used to be. It isn't, you can get a degree and you can get a high-paying job. You don't necessarily have to, especially if you're in theater lighting. And now, I'm not making fun of this young lady for that. I mean, that's what she wanted to do. That was her dream. But how serious is it, or how much of a necessity is it that you actually go to college these days? And how much of an increase in your pay are you going to actually receive? How many of you are actually thinking about these things? How many of you are actually considering these things? Think about it before you make a decision to pay a university money to teach you stuff.